Mike from Met Casa. We are here in Sonoma Heights in Woodbridge, walk through our finished renovation. So we're in the foyer here. And so let's just start with this. We just did this simple fluted wall here just to give a little bit of visual interest when you walk in, and it's a nice contrast to the light wood floors, which are new, and complement the sort of medium gray tile. So this hallway essentially stayed the same. It actually got a little bit narrower because we made the powder room a little bit wider and a little bit shorter. I'll show you that in a second. So as we come up here, this powder was about 6 inches longer and maybe 4 inches narrower. So what happened was to accommodate this stairs, you'll see in the before shots, the stairs was like a very large curve, took up a lot of space, it looked dated. And so even though it wasn't on the homeowners wish list when they were thinking about what they were gonna do here, when we came in, we suggested like, let's get rid of the stair, we'll save some space, put a new stair, square, nice, clean, linear. So to accommodate this stair, particularly this winder at the bottom here, we needed to make this bathroom like 6 inches shorter. So made it shorter, we accommodated it a little bit by making a little bit wider as well. And then to accommodate that shorter bathroom, that shorter length, we specified a wall-hung toilet on the wall here to save us that little bit of space. So it all worked out beautifully, and we tiled all the walls in here. We got this beautiful contrast of the deep charcoal and the white and the lighting. It looks dynamite in there. As we continue on, so we get through our hallway, we have our stairs. We did these very cool mud-in lights along the stairs, for both floors. They look great. At night, you have a little bit of a glow. These little lights on, just one pot light up here. It all looks, they provide a beautiful little glow as you walk in. So as we come through here, this wall was existing. The other side of this is the garage. So this angled wall was already here. What we had here was there was a wall here to get into the back half of the house. And over here, this laundry room was actually quite significantly shorter. And so what we decided to do was, the homeowner requested that they wanted to make this a little bit bigger. So we made this room bigger, and you'll see that the laundry room is much more practical. You have a lot more space, a lot more counter space. We accommodate a pantry, counter above the washer and dryer, and we have a very generous counter space on the other side of the washer and dryer. So it's much more practical, it's brighter, it's airier. Got a whole bunch of cabinetry in there, it's terrific. So this wall here, we had a wall here to enter into the back half of the house. And there was also a wall here separating the dining space and the kitchen space. And this wall had a pantry on it. This wall was much shorter. So by extending the laundry room, the kitchen wall got longer, and we eliminated all of this. We put a flush steel beam in. We got a steel column in there and a steel column hiding behind the pantry here. And so by doing that, opening this all up, we completely changed the complexion of this room. This kitchen is big, beautiful, bright, tons of storage, way more practical. It's just beautiful. On this side of the house, the dining room essentially stayed in the same location. What we decided to do here was install really 3 beautiful pendants coming out of the ceiling. This is a 4x8 table. It's actually made of Caesarstone dark crest, one of our favorite colors the last, sort of 6 or 12 months or so. We just love this color. This area essentially didn't change in terms of size, but what we decided, there was a gas fireplace here, and so we got rid of that thing. It took up a lot of depth in the room, and we don't have a lot of room to play with here. So by removing that, we put in this really long, like 10-foot linear electric fireplace, and it's beautiful, and it's just nice. We made this nice little bump out to accommodate it. It looks great. The TV's, we put a much bigger TV in there, and the whole thing, painted the wall black, and the whole thing just looks great. And for lighting, we built this wall out. We tucked an LED light back there to shoot up against the ceiling, and it just gives this nice glow at night. It's just beautiful, it's perfect. And only 2 pot lights here, and that's all we needed. You'll notice there's not very many pot lights in our projects. We put them where they need to be. So speaking of pot lights, you'll notice we have 2 here that are wall washers that are going to animate a future piece of art on this wall. We have 2 wall washers here. Again, they're aimed at the wall that we're going to animate this piece of art that will be here one day. And if I can bring you back here, Tom, sorry, we had forgotten to put this one here. We have 2 beautiful wall washers here illuminating this piece of art on the wall. So they're all purpose, they're here for a purpose. We don't just litter rooms with pot lights. We do have a couple just to illuminate a walkway. We only have 3. We only had 3 to illuminate the walkway. Everything else is for wall wash, or we have those 2 in the 2 pot lights in the TV area for additional lighting when they need it, but those are rarely on. So getting to the kitchen, the kitchen's just, it's spectacular, right? So this was much smaller before. There was a wall here, this was shorter. We had a couple pantries here, a little coffee area here. And then they had their kitchen table over there, and that led out to the slider. And so by doing this, we incorporated their kitchen eating area as part of the island. And so now we've got this longer wall. We've got our tower wall here where our appliances are. We have our wall ovens, our fridge, freezer. Here's a pantry for storage. And the whole space is just like, it's unbelievable. So what we decided to do here was they wanted to replace that eating area. We have seating all the way around. And so you accommodate easily 6 people here. And to anchor the edge of this island, we put our drinks fridge on this side. So beautiful drinks fridge here, paneled of course. And we have a waterfall on this side of the island. So it just gives it a beautiful, clean look. And one thing you should notice, very often people will put the receptacle on the side of the island, and we didn't want to, they just look terrible. So no matter what you do to them, they all stand out, even the really nice ones. So to avoid having that outlet on the side, we put a 3.5-inch filler on this side of the island. It's actually much more practical. So you put your outlet on this side. We're going to change that to one that matches the cabinetry for here. This is the one that we've got. It's white. And so at least when you're doing something, for the rare time that you need an outlet on this island, you'll be able to plug it in right here. You don't got to reach on the other side, and you don't lose the look of the beautiful waterfall. So yeah, so we have 2 sinks here. So we have this prep sink over here, and then there's their main sink over there. Another thing we're starting to incorporate in a lot of our kitchens are 2 dishwashers. So family's got 3 kids, so they're always going through big dinners, big meals, and so 2 dishwashers is invaluable when you entertain a lot, or if you have a large family. And so we've got a dishwasher on either side of the sinks here. A couple things in this kitchen that are unique. So this slider was here before we started. So it's a beautiful 8-foot slider, but we didn't have 24 inches in the corner. So we only had like 20 inches. So what we did instead, to accommodate this shorter walls, we started with a 18-inch deep pantry over here. And then we stepped out here for a coffee station. The client wanted their coffee station near this sink here. So we did our recessed tower there, our coffee tower, proud of that, and then that flows into the rest of the kitchen. This is a beautiful combination of colors. So this contrast between the deep charcoal and the light painted the light painted MDF and the wood grain, it just makes the whole space feel beautiful. It's just unbelievable. I love it. And so you'll notice above there too, very often we just cram spaces with storage and storage and storage. But when we have the opportunity, it's nice to have some space with just for decorative things. So we have this bonus space above the fridge, freezer, and wall ovens, and it's a nice little place where you have some lighting and you can animate your space with some decorative things. So I think it's just beautiful.
Hi, I'm Lisa with Casa, and today I'm going to bring you on a little tour of a project that we completed in Sonoma Heights. I'll start in the powder room and give you a little tour here. So it used to be something along the lines of more browns and beiges and whites. I'd say about 15, 20 years ago it was done. So we gutted it out and looked at a more modern, fresh palette with the charcoal grays, fresh whites, and black accessories. So we chose a large format tile that's at 24 by 48 and a nice charcoal gray, has a little bit of texture to it, and a matte finish. That way it's forgiving, easy to clean, less grout line, and we carried the same size of tile all the way up the walls. So again, just to give it a really crisp look, and you'll see as I tour you through. Along with that, we did a floating vanity, and the vanity is in a white high gloss flat panel with carrying through the black handle. As you'll see, it'll tie into the black plumbing fixtures, and then added light underneath so it gives a nice glow. So in the evening, if you've got a dinner party, you've got guests, you can just leave that on and it just highlights the space. The sink, I chose something in a raised bowl, again, just to give it a little interest versus your standard undermount. And the faucet is a raised height in a black matte finish that ties into the light fixture, which is, I added a pendant on the right corner, and it has that clean, smooth, round line to carry through with the sink line, and it ties in again with the black accent, the black matte finish. The LED lit mirror is a nice feature, and again, this is something you can have on just on its own in the evening. Round, again, to carry through with the round shapes, along with tying in the wall mount floating toilet. So again, that oval, round, clean line, very similar to complementing the round sink bowl shape. So one detail here that you'll notice is because we carried the large format tile up the wall, we have a window in this bathroom. And we thought, instead of doing that traditional trim casing, that now you're going to see this white border on all four sides of the window with the tile butting up to a casing. Why don't we get rid of that casing, that painted, white finish casing, and carry the tile right to a reveal? So in here is a black channel that goes in line with flush with the tile and the jamb of the window. So this gets done and inserted during tile stage, and it's a really clean look. In the front foyer, we decided, I think give it some texture because it's quite long, a long run to the front door. So instead of just a painted wall with several pieces of artwork, I thought let's try to bring in some texture, something of a moody color, a bit darker, that charcoal feel that marries well with the powder room, which is just across the hall from this wall. And because this main hallway gets a lot of traffic, they've got the 3 kids, it's busy in and out, hockey bags, knapsacks, all that. This also is very forgiving. And so it's practical and aesthetically just gives you that really cool feel when you enter the house. Prior to the renovation, the home had a very small tile, I'd say about a 12 by 12, from the front door all the way down the main hall into the old kitchen space. So now that we've opened everything up, we decided to choose one flooring instead of mixing 2. And we went with an engineered hardwood. This is a nice wide plank, about 8 inches wide, nice long lengths, and it's in a white oak with a natural finish. So no stain color, but just a nice clear coat. And it's durable for the family. Again, a lot of movement in this home. It ties in really well with the kitchen and all the color palette, which I'll touch on a bit later. We did a custom stain on the staircase that ties in well with the new hardwood. The baseboard, again, decided to do something with the reveal. So nothing that overlapped the drywall, which is sort of your standard, but something that actually goes in line and flush with the drywall. We then looked at how to highlight going up the staircase. And these are mud-in lights that give you that nice glow, highlights each step. You can have it again on just in the evening or a cloudy day, and that's enough light for the spot. And I'm going to take you through a little walkthrough of the new kitchen space here at Sonoma Heights. Some of the materials that were used give you a very clean, modern, contemporary feel, with also bringing in some warmth to tie into the rest of the home. The home used to have a lot of walls, and a lot of the rooms were separated. Now that we're all open, from kitchen to family to dining, we wanted to make sure that it was a nice tie-in in terms of material and color palette. So I'm going to start with this wall here. This is the fridge freezer wall oven. I ended up choosing something in a nice deep gray paint finish. It's a flat panel that we used, MDF, custom paint, more in a graphite color. Then I brought in some of the wood, which is a natural oak, clear coat finish, again to tie in with what we've done on the hardwood, and you'll see other parts of the home that tie into this as well. The appliances, which I love, from Miele, are in a graphite gray. So it's not your typical black wall oven. And I love that because it doesn't feel so harsh against the gray paint. So if you can see, it's very easy on the eye. It kind of has the same tones. It's in the gray family, and it complements the cabinets really, really well. Then, to not make the space feel too dark, even though the kitchen has grown probably 4 times the size, I ended up bringing in a warm white with a different door style as well. So if you notice, flat panel, darker, and then here I've gone into a creamy white, earthy tone with a very thin shaker rail. And it gives it a little warmth. At the same time, it blends really nicely with the gray. So I've tied in the graphite gray flat panel, this wall to the flip-up uppers, and a nice clean edge paint finish with the hidden hood fan over the cooktop. Everything is really clean. LED lights routed in, very simple, giving extra height in the full slab backsplash, so you don't feel that when you are cooking and preparing here, that the cabinets are not sort of blocking your vision and prep area. So it carried the shaker right through, the thin rail, paint finish. We did a few inserts, gadgets for spices, oils, vinegars, cooking, utensils, all sorts of really nice storage complements inside each drawer. Nice deep pot drawers. We did 2 dishwashers, and that's a must for anybody. So we did one in the island, and we did one on the perimeter wall. Insert pull-out garbage with your recycling bins, fantastic. One on this side again, and one on the island side. We did 2 sinks. So if you're entertaining, or you've just got the family eating and sort of your standard regular dinners and meals here at the island, it's great. From fridge or freezer, you've got a quick prep sink done. If you need more space, we put the larger sink on the back perimeter wall, again close to doing chopping or whatever you need to do, and you've got the cooktop right nearby. Incorporated the wood again, so again along the top, extra storage always comes in handy. And then we carried in the Miele espresso machine built in the same graphite glass finish, just to tie in with the wall ovens on the other side. But instead of carrying the graphite gray paint finish cabinet, I carried through the nice creamy white with a shaker rail. Accented it with the black handles that you'll see. Also the plumbing fixtures, faucets, sinks, everything is black. A little quick nook that we thought, okay, add more storage, is a little hidden pantry. And we stayed the depth of where the sliding door starts. So we might as well use it. And it's great for overflow. Again, there's 3 kids in the family, so they need the space. Island. Did something in Caesarstone quartz that has a nice vein through it, not too busy, but ties in a bit of that creamy cabinet color and a bit of the charcoal gray. It brightens the space because we've got a lot of depth through the cabinets, and it's a very wide, expansive piece of slab. We've combined island with seating area and lit under this whole seating area, which is nice. So again, in the evening, you can just have this light on under the island, your under cabinets, and that's it. So when the group expands just from their everyday family routine, and they have the opportunity to expand into the dining area, which is now open to the kitchen. So the slab that we chose, again, Caesarstone, it's quartz, and it's like the reverse of what's happening on the kitchen counter. So this one, we went with something darker, more moody, with a bit of that earthy tone vein. It's really beautiful. And the finish is totally different. So in the kitchen, you'll see the quartz has a high polish finish, and the dining top is a matte brush finish, which feels sort of like suede. And we did a nice sort of chunky reveal on the lip to match the reveal on the island. The dining lights are placed in such a way that it is never glaring in your eyes when you're eating. So it's more of a mood light. And we've added perimeter pots that you can dim or whatever you feel if you need them.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm a busy mom of 3 children. My husband and I are both professionals working. We've just done a renovation with Miele. Awesome to work with, and hopefully you'll see some of the nice things around us that they've really been able to help so our family can really function and have a lot of fun in our home. We've had this home for about 22 years. We discovered it when we were going to have our first child, and so we looked around to make sure we had a place that was cozy but had enough space to grow a family. Days here are super busy, so we all get up. We come down first thing in the morning. We're making breakfast, healthy breakfast for everybody, sometimes packing lunches for school, prepping for dinner. And we spend a lot of time here in the kitchen. We eat a lot, maybe. We like healthy foods. And we sit in this area, and we always have family dinners together. Parents head off to work, kids head off to school. That's kind of what's typical. Rush home, and then there's sporting events almost every night to attend. So we're here 22-ish years. Things started to get out of date. Paint was literally coming off the kitchen cupboard cabinets, so it was about time to do something different. Appliances were also getting older, so time to replace those. Floors were getting a little torn and worn, so it was time to do something to clean it back up. So we actually looked at a couple of different designers and different contractors who'd come into our house to give us some ideas. And we actually knew Mike and Lisa from the past. We invited them over. They are friends, as well as someone that we know does really good design work. And when they came in, their eyes like opened wide to say, "Oh, you guys want to reno? What do you want to do?" And so, you know, at first glance, they're looking around and saying, "Hey, have you thought about changing up your stairs? Oh yeah, maybe we should get rid of this wall in the middle and push up a beam." And there was like a level of excitement and different passion for the work than other contractors we met, in the sense of they love making transformations in homes and making them impactful in a way that really is suited to what you want. So sometimes it's hard to think about, do you want to work with a friend, because it is work, but we felt really comfortable that we could keep a professional relationship as part of the project, yet get what we wanted. For us, trust is super important. And it wasn't because we knew Lisa and Mike, but we can see from everything they do that they care about their customer, they care about getting it right, and they care about making sure that it finishes to what they need. So that was what helped us decide on choosing them as our contractors and designers for our project. Okay, well, it started with, we did want to open up the space, we wanted to modernize it. Started with the kitchen and the floors. And then what happened is there was a request to make it some more usable space on the main floor. And so Lisa and Mike helped us come up with some ideas, especially for our new laundry room, which I absolutely love. You imagine being a mom of a family of 5. And all kids that play sports with stinky clothing. So that laundry room is used daily to do stuff. So anyhow, but with that, we ended up going with a new powder room that was slightly different than what we had before. We got rid of a circular staircase and made something more modern and towards the wall to give us more space in the hallway. We created a fabulous laundry room. And now we have great open space in our kitchen. We've really opened up the kitchen to make it roomy and easy for us to entertain. And what's really nice is in this open space, if anyone has teenagers, we know that time with them is precious. So, there's different spots where everyone can decide to do homework on one side of the table, watch TV over here, and so we still are able to connect as a family because the space is open and really serves our purpose as well. God bless Lisa. She is the most patient person I've ever met, I think in my life maybe. But anyhow, I have different tastes and I'm very simple. And Lisa was open to hearing what I had to say, what was maybe different than what she would envision for us, and really then was able to be creative and say, okay, let's think about this in here. Let me give you a couple of different options so you can see what I mean, and let's see if it aligns with what you mean. So she invested a lot of time in really making sure she understood me, Mark, my kids in terms of what we thought would fit here and what we'd be comfortable with. And then really gave us good options to pick from. So it was a pleasure to work with Lisa day in, day out. And she's also great with, hey, you owe me an answer for this, please. Because, being a busy family, sometimes it's hard to, remember all of these things, but she stays on top of things like no one. What I love about Mike is the way that he works with the team. I've heard him say it before, that we're all one team, and that's kind of the feeling you get. So it's one team with us as the customer, him with his contracting team, and himself. And there was just a level of diligence. He would come in to make sure that all the contractors are very clear on what the ask was, what they were doing, made sure they were set for the day, which I thought was really important because, as we all know, communication is a challenge, and usually a challenge at every company, across families. So just making sure that communication was clear between us, contractors, was really, really good. And just the attitude of always positive, willing to help, and if you noticed something that was maybe different than what you anticipated, him listening and saying, yep, no problem, we'll look at that and think about what we want to do. So it's very casual, professional, and friendly, I would say is the niceness about working with Mike. So I would say, what was I pleasantly surprised about, or something that was different? When we were going through the process, I know that people say you have to trust the process. But sometimes it's hard when you're seeing things that are not exactly what you thought. For example, like the canister lights. I wasn't a big fan of glass on my stairway, the blackness of where our TV was gonna go, but I trusted the process. So when this was all done, seeing it all come together, you could really see that all of the things that, although might be different than what I envisioned, having Lisa and Mike as designers and contractors who have done this for people and really can see the vision before you can, really made a difference. So I was super happy with how everything connected, so there's not a detail lost in if there's black over here, how does that black get picked up, in my dining area, in my kitchen, and there'd be that real nice connection point. When people come in, people are, and I mean this honestly, they're like, wow, like this looks amazing. I can remember what your old place looks like. So it's those kinds of things that I was pleasantly surprised with, is all of the things that maybe were not a style I would have particularly chosen for myself, but trusted the process, trusted Lisa and Mike, and super happy with the outcome when you see it all together. Yeah, so if you're looking for designers and contractors you can trust, who will actually listen to what you're asking for and not design in a cookie cutter way, really just taking into account what is it you want, kind of what your personality is like, what your family needs. I find Lisa and Mike were really good with that. And although I couldn't maybe articulate exactly what I wanted, nor give them a picture of what I was looking for, they were able to take my words and transform them into something that really is a space that my family now really enjoys and loves. There's an openness to our place. It feels like family when we have guests over, friends, family. It's a nice way to entertain, and it's fresh and clean, and so we're excited to live here for the next 10, 15 years, because they've taken some really great ideas that we had and brought them into reality, and we're super happy with our place, and it feels like home. And I think that's really important. It's one thing to look like a magazine, it's a different thing to be able to put something in a magazine but make it feel like home. And that's what Lisa and Mike did for us.